Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, honorable adjudicator, the government team, and all the audience that watching and listening this debate right now. First, let me introduce myself as a leader of opposition. My name is Nadia and I'm from SMA 1 Martapura. We're living in a world that needs creativity and ideas is one of the important factors to succeed. We are talking about YouTubers, TikTokers, and others content creators. But we are also talking about parents in the middle class who don't have much choice to ensure their children's future. What do we mean about success here? Success can be simple. We say that he can work comfortably, he can fulfill his daily needs without depending on others, and of course, he can make the people around him happy and also about his family. Before getting on my arguments, I want to rebuttal the argument from the government team. First, they say that in the right type of parenting, that children are left free to choose what they want, including developing ideas and creativity, but we don't think so. Because we live in a world where formal education is mainstream in society. If we allow our children to freely choose what they want to be in their life, what to choose to develop their ideas and creativity and to put aside a formal education, then it is tantamount to letting them go against the mainstream of society. This means that we make a new regulation, we create a new order of life for the future of our children. Even today, the most sought after jobs require formal education as a background of their applicants. Secondly, they say that the job is always changed. An era in the world is always changed too, but we don't think so. Because despite the era in the world and jobs in the world are always changing, there's not always opportunities to become a content creator, audiovisual designer, and many more. Because if we see that YouTubers, for example, even though they are creative, even though they have a lot of ideas, but when they upload one video, two video, and so on, it doesn't make sure and there's no guarantee that they can be successful in that field. So move on to my arguments. There's 6 points that I want to emphasize here. First, although the burden that children hold in carrying out two sides of education, namely self-education is self-taught by relying on ideas and creativity along with formal education. However, the future of the children will be more secure because they hold two kinds of a different education in their life. So because even the era changes and the job changes, they can still both and have better preparedness. So we can say that the burden is worth it for the children's future. Secondly, stigma in society. Thirdly, formal education can affect the social behavior. For formal education is more focused and have a right regulation. The 5th one is scholarship, and the 6th one is there's a job that need formal education what that cannot change by self-education. So continue my arguments in the number 2, stigma in society. As we know, there are a lot of content creators such as YouTubers, TikTokers who have their own stigma in the society, depending on what content they bring to the society. He managed to get 2 roles. He managed. Let's take the example from Jerome Pauline For example, he managed to get two roles at the same time in education: self-education in creativity and ideas to editing the video. And the second one is formal education, that he went to Japan, get scholarship from the government, and he can also, of course, if we take a comparison with Atta Halilintar, for example, surely the stigma of the society will be different between both. And Jerome Pauline, who studied in Japan and graduated with a degree in mathematics, will surely be seen as a good example by the parents to their children. Number 3, however, formal education can have an effect on social behavior. When we go to formal schools, we not only get subjects, but also relationships and good behavior for the community, with teacher, with friends, and many more. And good behavior for the community and builds the social spirit of the child himself. Number 4, formal education is more focused and have a right regulation in it. However, formal education is more focused and orderly and has a clear regulation. We have a clear curriculum, we have a material that is absolute, and there are no significant changes when we talk about creativity and ideas. Number 5 is scholarship. As a middle class parents, of course, we have said that they don't have much choice to ensure their children's future, as we know that the most of scholarship provided to this group are based on formal education, with the value achieved, for example, when attending school. This, of course, can make it easier for middle-class parents to think about their children's future with formal education. They can get a scholarship. The last argument is there are many jobs in the world that must have a formal education as a background of the application. And cannot be replaced only with ideas and creativity, as the world will always need, as the world will always need a doctor, for example, and many other professions that require formal education as a background for applicants, such as teachers, police, pilots, judge, lawyers, and many others. And these professions will always be needed at any time in the world. So for the solution of this motion from me as a leader of opposition is middle class parents still have to prioritize their children to get a formal education rather than a self-education editing skills, digital skills, or many more for being a content creator such as YouTubers, TikTokers, and digital designer, and many more, and to still support their children to go to formal education. And the leader of opposition is so proud to oppose.